Tom Fox, good start for him there as they file through the first couple of corners. It is properly dry out there now, but Tom Fox for Aston has got a very, very good start as they head up the hill towards Christmas. Couple of drivers coming up the inside there. Are they all going to get through Christmas hairpin this time? Yes, they are, but it's a very clean start there for Tom Fox at the front of the field.
Yeah, absolutely, although we've got some drivers taking to the grass, and there is one driver around at the back of the field. But it's a great start from Tom Fox, our winner of the last race when he wasn't eligible for points. Now at the head of the field for the first lap of this race, picking up immediately where he left off.
49 track limits and a penalty already for the number 43, which is Aston B. Not quite sure what it's for, doing this the old-fashioned way of just sticking my head out the window. It's a bump and pass. It's a bump and pass for the number 43. 1 minute down, so it's Aston A leading from Coventry A, Bristol A, Nottingham B, Brunel A, Cranfield A, Southampton A, Imperial A, Leeds A, Southampton B. That is your top 10. Penalty, cones, leave Colin the cones alone, guys. For Southampton A, that's going to be 5 seconds.
That's Diego Martinez, isn't it, as well?
It is indeed.
You know a little better. It's can't say I've spotted any particularly harshly positioned cones out there, nope. Andrew. But this is a dream at the moment for Tom Fox, isn't he? Got a bit of practice in guest starring for Royal Holloway in the last race, and now he leads this one, a 45.371. He's just set at the head of this field. Has come to a stall, has the 89 Brunel C kart, Oliver Price at the wheel of that one. Track limit warning for our leaders though, he's got to be careful with this one. His sister team, the number 43 Aston B kart, they've just picked up a cone penalty as well, so 5 seconds to be added to the race of Jamil Sheikh Mahmood. As working their way around. Who's had issues? Brunel C were involved in some of the spins on the first lap. Kingston A, they can ill afford that. They've gone round, and Royal Holloway also had an issue on that first lap of the race. So, Aston A, your leader. Coventry A. Really impressed so far by Coventry A so far today. Joe Fowler at the wheel of them this time. Feels very deja vu-ish this. If you've gone away and made a cup of tea, we have moved on from race 3 to race 4. It's just being led by exactly the same guy as before.
Needs to be careful though, because he has had a track limit warning. We've not mentioned that already, Howard. Yeah. Have we got a chance for a couple, like 30 seconds, just to run through what projection track is currently looking like? Because it's getting interesting.
Let's try it. They never give us a break, these guys, in this series, but let's try it.
Let's do it the simple in and out from mains this time last year to what we are now. Currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that weren't in mains last year currently projected on current performances so far to qualify. They are Edinburgh A, Southampton C, Manchester A. They're holding that from their great qualifying positions. Swansea Met B are now looking good. Huddersfield D are looking good. And in the last race, good performances from Cranfield B and York have pulled them into that group of 7 as well. Teams having a very, very good day so far and punching above their weight from at least last year's performances. Yep. Who are the 7 going out, you might ask? Well, at the moment, you've got Coventry B, Aston B, UWE A are going out. Northumbria A still need to pick up their positions. This is a crucial race for them. Leeds B, Liverpool are now looking like they've got to pick up the pace, otherwise they're going to miss out on mains. And Brunel B, now the 2 for me in there, Howard, Northumbria A and Liverpool, I was not expecting to be talking about those teams being in trouble of qualifying for mains at the start of the day.
Absolutely not, mate. The big shock of the year last year, the big shock of the qualifiers last year was Cardiff.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, excuse me. Okay, there's a very random fact then now I've said it.
But no, in the terms of the effect.
That's what we talk about when we say doing a Cardiff. Which Cardiff has had many other great achievements in this championship. Sorry, Cardiff, but it was such a big shock at the time.
Moved for 11th place there, that was good from X to B. Another cone penalty. No, sorry, I don't think that's a new penalty at all. It was for Southampton A popping up on my screen. No, it is a new penalty. So that's another penalty for Diego Martinez. What is going on with Diego? That's 2 penalties for him now, with 15 minutes of this race to go. You're frantically looking at something, Howard. What have you spotted?
I have had a moment of brain fade mistake.
That's okay. Aston
A
A
Nottingham
still lead.
Nottingham A have just had a very slow lap.
Yep.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Aston A lead, Coventry A second, Nottingham B third, Bristol A are having a really strong day so far. Second, 9th in their first race. It's Abhishek Gautam at the wheel there with a distinctive Sebastian Vettel replica helmet, the Red Bull Stratos helmet there. Very experienced driver.
Racing Club 100 as well as BUKC. Just a Club 100 race their own championship, of course, which many of these drivers go on to graduate into. Nothing stops you from competing whilst you contest the BUKC as well. Nottingham A haven't had a slow lap. I was looking at the timing screen. It happens, sorry. I can tell you though, looking at the timing screen, Tom Fox just set a new fastest lap of the race, and so far of the day, I believe. That's a rapid lap there, 44.5, as we're looking at the battle
this is
here.
Second place, and everybody else trying to get through traffic.
So Coventry A, the number 20, Nottingham B, the number 34, and then the 33 of Bristol A, the 12 of Brunel A, are all in amongst this one, working their way through the traffic. We've got some drivers as well, Andrew, who aren't necessarily that off the pace of these guys. They're just a lap down due to incident.
Yeah, this is Bristol B, Regent's College in there as well. I think Kingston A are in there. I'm really, really worried though. I mean, I know I didn't read them out in that 7 that are currently losing their main status, but Kingston A can't rest on the laurels too much yet. They were part of the group of teams that on Projection Tracker were losing main status after qualifying. They've had a good first couple of races, but they've still got to put the results in at the moment. In this one, they are 32nd.
Joe Fowler was good at getting through the traffic on that last lap, and now he has a bit of a gap in second place in the Coventry car. Not massive, just 2.5 seconds. But what we're looking at here is the number 34 of Nottingham B, who we saw Charlie Lamb having a good race. Here he is, gesturing to Abhishek Gautam behind him to say, let's work together here because we've lost out to Coventry on that last lap. So here they are, lying astern, the 3 battling it out over third place. Nottingham B the 34, Bristol A the 33, and Brunel A the 12. It's Luke Barton at the wheel of the Brunel kart. And here we are. Do they battle or do they work together? Well, Barton thinks he can nab 4th off of Abhishek Gautam into Christmas corner. He'll get good driver for that, but Abhishek putting his kart exactly where Barton doesn't want it to be and holding on to that spot well for Bristol A. There is 34, that's Nottingham B. It's Charlie Lamb at the wheel of that one. Tom Fox, by the way, is 8 seconds up the road here. So long as he can keep this together and not collect penalties that will cut that gap down, he could be on for... I want to hear it, folks. I want to hear it if you know of any time when in a championship event, the same driver has... Well, they won't be eligible for points in both of them, of course, but if they've ever won the same race, well, run back-to-back races, we'd love to know about that. We already are quite excited. We were looking at the number of entries over these 2 days. 106 teams here at Qualifiers. So there's around 420 individuals competing, which we think makes it one of the biggest motorsport events in the UK, certainly in terms of drivers competing. If anyone knows of any UK motorsport event that features more individual drivers competing than this, we'd really like to know, because we can't think of one. Coming up to the halfway mark in this race then, Tom Fox leads for Aston A by 7.5 seconds. It has gone down actually there on the last lap. And that is because Joe Fowler in the number 20 Coventry A car is pushing hard through the traffic here in second place. Third place is the 34 of Nottingham B. Fourth place is the 33 of Bristol A. The 12 of Brunel A is fifth. Then it's Leeds A, Southampton A, UWTSD, Swansea A, Cranfield A and Southampton B rounding out your top 10 at the halfway stage. Good close battles there though, going on out there further down though. Exeter B currently leads several karts all the way down to, so they're in 12th place and all the way down to 18th place, are separated by less than a second. So there is a right train of karts in the midfield here, and it all, of course, comes down to, well, it can all, of course, be something that the leaders may have to navigate if they catch up with those battles. To put a lap on them, Liverpool have just got restarted. Isaac Manas at the wheel of that one, and this is why we're concerned for Liverpool, because they're not having the day at the races that they need to qualify here, and they're currently last, having had a spin of some description. So worrying times this for Liverpool, a team who, as Jacob was discussing earlier, I mean, I say worrying, they did have a very good race. Their first race of the day went very well, but since then it's been a difficult one for them. As we look at our leader, Tom Fox, in the number 17 Aston A car, navigating the traffic. Another relatively young team, Aston. We forget they've only really been in the series for, I want to say, 4 or 5 seasons.
Yep. So
it really has been good to watch. Andrew, you and I, formerly of the University of Birmingham stable, it's always good to see another Birmingham-based university coming up through the order.
It's a team that have really worked hard. I mean, you mentioned earlier about drivers going and doing Club 100 events. Aston have raced as teams in the Club 100 Endurance Championship this season on a couple of occurrences. So they have worked hard. They've really given the championship a lot of respect, and I think a lot of the championship have given them respect as well, especially after their performances last season. Off. I think that's one of the Leeds drivers.
It is. That's the Leeds race suit, the black with the green, white and red.
I'm just going to look now for a Leeds driver who has not come through sector
it's Julian
1.
Couch.
I think it's Leeds B, 44.
Oh, Leeds B, okay.
Penalty, sorry Howard, sorry, penalties. Oh, penalties coming in everywhere. Southampton A have got a penalty, again the number 7. 28, University of Wales, Trinity St David, Swansea A, they have a penalty as well. These are bump and pass penalties, so there'll be 10 seconds as the leader makes their way past the number 18, which is Huddersfield B, Kezia Santoso, driving there for Huddersfield B. So I think this order is going to change around a lot when we get to the end of the race in 7 minutes' time.
Yeah, and it's what we talk about. There's a black flag now for Southampton B for overtaking under yellow. And what's happened here with the Leeds?
That is Leeds driver's a bit tired. And
yeah,
can't
just to confirm, that is Leeds B. So I was wrong to say Julian Couch.
There's a thing here. The Leeds driver's doing that to stop the pusher carts running away. Now, that was a request that was made of a certain driver in qualifiers last year as well, but the driver didn't quite fully understand what that meant, and they decided to then drive off in the pusher cart.
Yes.
That's how you stop a pusher cart running away with itself. You just hold it.
The legend of Yi Ding, for anyone interested. Look that one up on the BUKC Facebook pages and associated social media.
So well done, Julian. You did not do a Yi Ding.
You did not do a Yi Ding. It's just the biggest bit of banditry I've ever come across. Is these fresh penalties or reshowing?
No, they're
of the same penalty? That's a new one though. A cone penalty for Manchester A. Look.
Oh dear me! Black flag for the number 5.
That's
Nottingham
big.
A, currently in 10th place. So that is not good news for a team that has been coming in today looking at hopefully winning this event. There it is. You see it, ladies and gentlemen, on the digi-flag. So Nottingham, and off is the 85. Bristol B, they are off, and I'm trying to work out why that is. Is that on the exit of Zulu?
It's out our window, Andrew. It's actually right in the middle of the track. I've no idea that he must have lost it coming out of Zulu's and then tried to save it. It took him halfway down the straight. He's practically dead centre in the middle of... It's where you'd want the lawnmower to be.
Yes.
But how he's managed to do that we are seeing drivers go a long way off here. They're not having small incidents.
This is the thing, because it's yeah, we're on dry times now for me in these conditions.
Yeah.
But it's still so damp.
Yeah.
And Whilton Mill is notorious for, if you do get on that grass and you've gone in at dry racing speeds, you are going to go for
a
miles.
long way. Yeah, absolutely. No, and if somebody's gone off onto the grass and carried some dirt or moisture back onto the circuit, you will have that effect. It is that sensitive. The grip of the car is sensitive to that. So that's why you'll often see maybe incidents happening in the same part of the circuit, or maybe one happening just up from the previous incident.
Josh Stanton has come in for Nottingham A to serve his black flag, but he's very slow out of the pits. This might be more trouble for Nottingham A. There's a driver off. I just saw again another driver a long way from the edge of the circuit. This is at the boot.
Oh, and someone round now, and it's there's another car just gone round.
This is at turn 1.
No, this is at the boot. As well, we're looking at turns 2 and leading up the hill. 17 is the leader on your screens, putting a lap there on Kingston A in the number 26. Can't make out who.
Black flag, spin under yellow, Manchester B.
Yeah,
so they're going to have to come into the pits.
I think that might be the one I saw.
Black flag, Cranfield B, another spin under yellow. This is the problem now. Drivers, again, we're in a period of the day where these drivers who maybe not as experienced think it's fully dry on the line, which it is, but it's not dry off the line, and they're getting caught out by it, and they're getting caught out by the yellow flags.
I was speaking to a driver from Imperial this morning who was talking about how he felt teams often put their most experienced drivers in the first 3 races of the day. I could see the logic behind that, Andrew. If you've travelled a long way, you want your newer drivers to be get a chance to rest and acclimatise themselves to the circuit a bit in the day, and maybe send your best drivers out first because they know the deal, particularly being as it was damp this morning. And also it sets the tone for your day. You know, when you want to carry momentum on the qualifiers day, yes, it's about championship points if you qualify, but the main thing is to qualify for the mains. And if you have a terrible first few races, it can just, you know, set up a bit of a not a losing mentality as such, but you know, you want to set the scene for success, and a good way to do that is to send your good drivers out first. I'm not saying that the drivers in this race are not necessarily some of the best drivers. Tom Fox is definitely showing that he's one of Aston's finest here.
He's lapped now up to 15th place.
Yeah, I just wonder if the number of incidents we're seeing is maybe actually that effect actually coming true. Who knows? You can see a lot of drivers with borrowed races, which is not necessarily an indication that they're new, but could mean we've got more novice drivers.
Oh, a couple of drivers, three drivers
off
at the boot. I think that might even be Kingston B, Coventry C, and Southampton B. Oh, I think one of them's Nottingham again. Nottingham A, and Josh Stanton is off again. Black flag for. Oh, and off goes Manchester off at turn big. 2, and that's is Manchester 10th. A. Out from the top 10. ABC black flag for Edinburgh A. I think we're going to get a telling off here after this race.
I think we are. Skylar Robinson, it was, who's in the Manchester car for this one. It is not a very clear lap. We've got yellow flags at the boot, yellow flags at turn 1. We've got some very wounded cones. Diego Martinez has come to a stop. Diego Martinez in the Southampton car. His race goes from bad to worse. He collected enough penalties to cover a wall with, and I can see out my window that he has come to a stop here on the back straight.
Yeah, I think Hirsch Reddy was also in trouble. I saw on the stream that you can see in front of you. Tom Fox trying to work his way past the 106. That is not for position. That's 10th place now for the 106.
Exeter B were one of our spinners, if we haven't mentioned that. Edinburgh A have just got a black flag for an ABC TO. That's an advantage by contact takeout penalty for Nottingham C for track limits. Track limit warning also coming in for Brunel A, our 4th place runner. This is all getting a little bit leery in this one. Aston A lead. We're into the last minute of this one. Coventry A are 2nd, Nottingham B 3rd, Brunel A 4th, and Bristol A 5th. That battle over 4th is not done yet, Andrew. The 12 and the 33. Luke Barton and Abhishek Gautam battling hard out there for the 4th place spot.
Tom Fox starts his final lap of the race. He is clear by 8.6 seconds. He's trying to deal with some of the traffic. He's now clear and now is looking like he's got nobody in front of him, no back markers, and this should be a 2nd win in a row for Aston A. For Aston A driver Tom Fox. He wasn't eligible in the last race, but it served him well here. Down the back straight, this would be 3 top 10 positions for Aston A so far this morning. This is going to be a very, very good start to the day for Aston A. Here comes Tom Fox. There's the finger, and Tom Fox is a winner again here at Whilton Mill. He takes race 4 for Aston A this time, and now we wait a long, long time for Coventry A to come over the line in 2nd place for the number 20. They really are having a good day. There they are across the line. No, they've lost it. They've lost it on the last lap. Nottingham B take that position on the last lap away from Coventry A. Brunel A are 4th. Bristol A are 5th. Leeds A 6th. It will then be the University of Wales, Trinity St David's, Swansea A in 7th. Cranfield A in 8th. They are having a really good day. University of Wales, Trinity St David's, Swansea B in 9th, so that's 2 Welsh karts in the top 10, and Brunel B wrapping out that top 10 indeed. Howard.
Fantastic race from Aston A there. Finished 17th in the championship last year. What can they do? What can they do this season, Andrew? That was a very impressive drive, and as you say, they've had form to match that at other points already today, so I'm very impressed by them. Good drive from Nottingham B. Charlie Lamb there doing a good job when things weren't going to plan for the sister kart, the Nottingham A kart. Josh Stanton, I don't think he'll be too happy. Coventry A continue their resurgence that we're seeing here. Joe Fowler rounding out the podium, as it were, for this race. And it was Brunel A and Luke Barton who take home the bragging rights against Abhishek Gautam. That battle they were having pretty much throughout the race over 4th place. Bit of a scruffy one.
Yeah.
Not our best one yet. But good win for Aston and Tom Fox. And we are ready to hand down to the grid.
Howard, maybe some people think you're a bit of a scruffy one. All right. These commentators. Tom Fox, winner of 2 races in a row, although technically only this one counts. Tom, how are you doing this?
I don't know. I was a bit worried about the start because obviously the race before I had quite a good kart, so I pulled up on this side, which gave it to 2nd place, and then I pulled into another kart. I was a bit worried about that, but yeah, I just kept my head in it, kept it tidy, and yeah, it worked out well in the end.
I guess it's a testament to the consistency of these Club 100 karts. Big shout out to the mechanics, as always, doing a stellar job for the championship. Tom, Aston's looking pretty strong today.
Yeah. When we came into the season, we were a bit worried that it weren't going to work out so well because one of our main drivers, Susie, isn't actually with us today. She's got an assessment at her uni, so yeah, we were a bit concerned, but ultimately it's worked out pretty well for us so far. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Glad to hear it. Cheers for talking to us, Tom, and good luck for the rest of your races. Tom Fox, the winner of 2 races in a row. Unfortunately, he won't be out in the next race. He must be knackered as well. I didn't mention that. He must be absolutely knackered. Right, pole sitter for this one is kart number 10. And I believe Mr. Rory Cuff is stepping into the seat. He's running away. He's currently going indoors over there. Well, what's the hold-up, lads? He needs to weigh himself. Okay. Yeah, Rory is a slight gentleman, should we say. Let's talk to 2nd place instead. Huddersfield and Mr. Stephen Letts. Stephen, let's have a quick chat. You've won BUKC races before. Are you about to add to the tally?
I've only had one.
Okay. You've won an BUKC race before, is what I said. Are you about to make it BUKC races?
Probably, yeah.
Probably?
We'll find out.
Okay, so Rory Cuff's alongside you. Have you raced against Rory before?
Don't know. Maybe.
Okay. He's done Super 1. Have you done Super 1?
Yeah. Different class though.
Different class. I don't really follow Super 1. They don't get 420 drivers, so you know what's the point in following it? Huddersfield are potentially back in form, back challenging for the title. What do you reckon this season?
Yeah, I think this is a bit of an easy qualifier because Loughborough and Brooks aren't here.
Don't say that.
Yeah, so we've had a bit of an easy one, but yeah, I think we're quite good. We'll find out.
And when the season starts, we're going to Wigan, we're going to the Three Sisters, we're going back to Llandau. Are these tracks that suit your team, or are we moving away from the tracks that you're strong at?
Probably. I've never been to them, to be honest. So, yeah.
Llandau's lovely. It's in South Wales, which is probably the best part of the world, I would say. That or the Maldives. And Wigan's quite nice. It's a very nice circuit, actually, up there. So,
which one are we on?
Which one are we on?
Wigan.
Three Sisters.
Is that with the Valley?
Sorry?
Is that with the Valley?
Maybe. I'm going to say maybe to that. Okay. Yes, I don't really know. But have a good race. I'm going to go have a chat to Rory if he's materialised, and I'll speak to you later.
Okay, bye.
Stephen Lett's there. And has he decided what he's doing? Rory, are you heavy enough?
Yeah, just about.
Huge stack of lead. You knocked us on pole position this one in the wet. Are you as good in the dry?
I hope so. I thought I was better in the dry. I thought, yeah, qualifying surprised me a little bit, but it was a good surprise. So, yeah.
Well, we had a little bit of a chat over there, and you were supreme through this first sector, which was surprising because you led it up above the weight, which normally counts against you going up the hill. Can we expect to see the same sort of speed off the line and in future?
I hope so. That's the plan. Plan is just try and get out in the lead and try and drop everyone else. We'll see if it works, though.
Are you going to do better than Alistair?
Well, Alistair was doing really well until the exit of Zulu, then just had I think the cart spanner in front of him and he had nowhere to go. So that's just unlucky, really. Hopefully I'm a bit luckier than that.
Let's hope so. Rory, I'll let you get on with it. And we'll have a wander down the grid. Rory Cuff there, pole position, lining up alongside Stephen Letts. That will be a fantastic battle, I assure you. Let's try and talk to a team we haven't spoken to already. We got Aston by there, we've spoken to them. We have not spoken to these guys here. And remind me what team we got here, because Durham aren't actually racing, although it says Durham all over your helmet.
An old helmet.
Okay. And where have you moved to?
Cranfield.
Of course. The university for master students. How Cranfield getting on today?
Not too bad. Nikita finished P8, I think, that last race.
I don't know. Just got binned everywhere because people can't drive.
It's not true. Be nice. Can you do better than that? Can you avoid being binned?
Hopefully. We'll see.
Bin everyone.
No, we're not binning everyone. There'll be none of that. Okay. Cranfield, you've got two teams here today. Do you reckon you can qualify both?
It'll be tight. It will be tight. We'll be on the borderline, but we'll see.
Well, best of luck with it. I shall come and try and speak to some of you again later in the day.
Cheers, mate.
Well, that's from Cranfield there. We've had a chat with Leeds, and these guys are Huddersfield. We haven't had this university. He's smiling at me, so I'll give it... Oh, okay. Oh, wow, you're tall. I mean, I'm 6'5". You must be, what, 6'6"?
All right, I need a straight.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. How'd you fit in one of those? Because I struggle.
Oh, I really don't. I look like Donkey Kong in a car.
So which university are you, just so we're clear?
Exeter.
Exeter. You're Exeter as well?
Yeah.
I was just chatting with Rory.
Yeah, he's up in first. It's lovely, isn't it?
Do you reckon you can beat Rory?
No, first time in a competitive championship. I've not really raced cars much, but I love racing, and I'm going to do the best I can.
It's a fantastic start. I mean, you're about 12th, 16th?
16th on the grid right now, but I'm definitely going to pick up places.
Well, I'll keep a keen eye on your progress. Thank you for talking to us. We've mistakenly gone for Exeter. 64, I want to say we haven't spoken to yet. Who have we got here?
Imperial B.
Imperial B. Unfortunately, you're about to race Imperial B. Have a good one. Maybe we'll talk to some Imperial drivers later. That was the grid for race number 5. We are already on the 5th race of the day. Don't you worry, we have got 12 for you here today. There's 7 more to go after this one. So there's 8. There's 8 races of 20 minutes. Most drivers getting away cleanly off the grid. There is one further down with his hand in the air. Not that we're naming names. I can't see his number plate. But we'll head up to the commentary box now, provided Howard and Andrew are up there. Titanic